Alright, good morning everybody. You can actually see the date and time. It's 7:27 a.m. Valentine's Day here in Vietnam, Asia. It's the 14th, 2020. We're just doing this for the sake of records. And I finally finished tearing up this ship. I think I used maybe like 10 or 12 hours. I tried to be the most patient. The total time was like 2 days and 10 hours, but I cut that down a bit, and I just used like 45 minutes of speed ups, but that's fine. Versus how much I used yesterday to repair my Baklas. Oh my god! Every time it repairs is like 2 hours plus. So you can see I have all the materials. This is uncommon tier 4, right? Or tier 4 for the Botany Bay. I have most of the materials, but I need the uncommon Plutonium, which is not in my store right now. And I'm guessing at some point you have to do some missions to unlock the uncommon plutonium in the store. It's not given to you. So we're gonna go to the faction store in a second here. I'm just grabbing a 10-minute box because it's in front of me. And surprisingly, when you get up to the higher levels, the 10-minute boxes give you nicer stuff. Sometimes you get platinum. Sometimes you get a 1-hour speed up. Like after level 20, I've gotten some good stuff that's been really helpful. So thank you Star Trek and Fleet Command and everybody. You can see all the upgrades require, I think, that uncommon plutonium, but only 6 units, so it doesn't sound like much. Only the cargo bay doesn't require it. But I think it uses some of the rare stuff here. Or uncommon? Okay, uncommon. So I only have 12 units of that. Which I'm gonna say was actually that same 3-star or 3-grade uncommon is used for your Vaklas. And I'd rather use it on that ship. So if we go to the faction store, right now there's only common plutonium. And I'll have to try to find it. Do some research. Find how do I unlock the uncommon. So usually there's at least a few articles, and because there's patches, and I think maybe things are different on the server. Maybe it's the developer who did it, and when they were developing, the version of the game they had back then was set up differently than the one you play now, and that's why I put the year on my videos usually, so that you know that things might change in the future. Of course, it'd be amazing if you could customize this game all for only $10. And they just give you like your own server, and you could play with your friends, you know, like we used to, instead of having to play with a bunch of strangers who sometimes don't speak your language or don't like you. They actually insult you online. What's happening here? Now sometimes I get this bug where it gets stuck even when I run nothing else, and so it happens a lot. So it might be because of my internet connection, might be because the way the emulator's set up, might be because of the hardware. So it's possible all those reasons are true. Okay, it's not doing anything. Well, we can keep waiting here, or I can restart. So in BlueStacks here, I just updated to version 4.16, and it actually seems a little better so far. It seems to run a little smoother. I still get the same problems with this app. Now, other game apps that are single player, less graphic intensive, seem to run better. You can see there's my second emulator behind there. So row restart. I wish you could pick some options here. So there's like games like Battlefield 2142. There's online instructions on how to take the logo out, and so that saves in the loading time a little. Like, it's nice to see Scopey sees the play the first time, but like, you know, it'd be nice to have a splash screen with everything and just 5 seconds only, and then have the logo in the corner or somewhere after, like an option to do that, so that you don't always have to see the same screen over and over again. Because this adds up. Like, if you have to restart the game, sometimes I've restarted the game 10 times. It's almost like 20 minutes or more time to wait. Sometimes I have to restart the whole emulator too. So, and it happens to me on an iPad. Sometimes I played this on an iPad Mini 5, and it still has the same problem. So. I've tried another emulator and it still has the same problem. So I'm kind of wondering if, when I'm back in the States, if I run this app, if it'll run any smoother. And I'm kind of trying to figure out how do I run this offline, just even like as a test demo, just for fun. It would be nice if there was a single player demo for PC that would run directly. So I'm hoping they do the porting when they get the funding for that, but I know that Scopey is mostly like an Android and iOS based, like mobile device gaming company right now. But if it keeps growing, might be on every platform later on. Now sometimes this game starts really fast. Valentine's Day. Oh my God. There's a Valentine's Day special. Look at that. I have been and always shall be your friend. Team up with your alliance and commemorate the spirit of Valentine's Day. That's the first time I've ever seen a Valentine's Day message for in-game. That is lovely. Is there like gifts or something? Alright. We'll have to make a separate video for that, but that was interesting to see. When I first logged in this morning, I didn't see that, so it's kind of interesting how after a certain time you just see a new message. So now with the Federation, I'm favored. I want to save my credits for the Mayflower and for this 12,000 raw ore here, which I've noticed when you refine the stuff that you buy, it seems like the ore that you need, you get less of. I don't know if that's true for everybody. It's just for me, it seems that way. But even the ore I mine, I've been getting less of the stuff I need. So I've already done a video. So the Mayflower blueprints, I think you get one for like 500 credits or something. Check out that video if you want to see more of that. But we're going to go to the uncommon plutonium. This is all in real time here. I'm not editing anything in or out. I'm going to purchase these 360 augment credits. I like how the numbers are really strange. They're not like a flat 100 or 50 or common numbers you would see in a game. It's 360 credits. So it makes it challenging to do the math when you got to figure out how many you need to save for all this stuff. It's almost like a calculus formula if you add everything in Star Trek. So, which if you break it down is not as hard as you think. It's more straightforward than other things in life. So. Now I'm doing the augment reputation stuff too, because that'll increase my stuff to points to associate. So if you're wondering, this is the green here is the points I have total. Associate is the next level up, right? And it can go down. It's just hard to. This is a lot of points right now. And then this is, I think, decoded data, which is like green. And then corrupted data, as they call it in the game, is red. So I kind of wish you could just check mark everything and click OK and have one confirmation. But this screen slows people down. But see, right now it just says 75 common plutonium. Feels like there could be like once associate unlocks. I've noticed as you do missions for the augments or related to the augment storyline, it unlocks more stuff. And at the beginning, you have less stuff in your store. So hopefully I'll be able to get that and tier up my my Botany Bay. But I can level up my Botany Bay today, so I got time now, which is good. And I got a few dailies left that I gotta do. So you can see this is common plutonium. It's different even though the photo looks almost the same. So hopefully the uncommon will be in the store once I finish augment mission. I've tried to finish as many as I can, but there's one where I have to warp to a system where I think you need a certain warp range. Right now the best I can do is 27, and I think I'm like one away from that, so I need to keep leveling my ships. So as you can only get your ships there, and that system, even though I can see it from the outside, I can't send a ship in, and you can't send your base into a system you haven't been yet, like relocate your base. So that's not an option yet in this game. So that's it. So that's the tier. So sorry I went so quickly. If you want to look at those numbers to kind of plan ahead, but basically all you have to do is just keep saving. Use your resources you need, keep refining. You gotta be patient in this game. Or you have to be wealthy, or work for Scopy and become a master programmer, and you'll be able to make any account you want probably in a day. So those are the options I suggest to you. So we'll look at those tier 4 upgrades one more time. Now the one I always think about getting first is the one at the top here, the mining laser, which looks like a drill head. You can see that it requires 1 unit is 3-star gas, and then some 3-star survey parts, which your envoy uses nothing but 2-star, and your fortunate use nothing but 1. And I think for a while I only used 2 on the ship, so now it's changed, and an uncommon plutonium is different. Still use some titanium, it says 50k, so it's 50,000, and then some dilithium. Then a little bit, only 3 units of this red uncommon refined ore. So you need to refine and mine all this stuff to be able to unlock this one. Let's see what the benefit is. It says 250% bonus. But let's see, now that we tiered up to 4, I want to see what the base rate is on 3-star stuff. So I usually use this ship to mine 3-star since I don't need a lot of 2-star or really any right now. But 2 of my ships, my Findra and my Tala, are maxed out, so I don't need any more material for those ships, and I barely ever use them. I love using them though because they're cheap and they seem to bug less. Like for some reason my envoy is a little buggy sometimes. And if you get the bug where you're stuck in your dock, even though you reset the app maybe 2 times like I did, go ahead and contact Scopy support. You can Google it or go through any search engine, Yahoo or whatever. So we go to a 3-star system here, and you can look at these rocks even though there's a ship on them. So last night I've saved a rock, and thankfully, those larger ships are expensive to repair, so people think twice about try to take out your ship. I think a lot of people have picked the Federation, so the Federation space is pretty busy right now. So you can see that's the rate for the VOC class right now. But if do I have to put a captain on there first so I can see the rate? Oh, it says assigned captain use the ship. Okay. Do I have any miners available? No, we're just going to shove Helvia so I don't change things up. Pretty soon I have to change my, oh, here we go. We got another bug here. Pretty soon I gotta change up the miners on that ship. Last night I was mining titanium. And then, now I gotta mine, 3-star gas so I can get my daily, so I can get all the goodies, so I can get to the next level. Be happy. Okay, it's taking a while. Now this is another bug I keep getting. Sometimes when I change the assign